Just going to do a short video here on what I do with my wheel wells, how I trim them and take care of them, and I'll show you a new trick I came up with. You can try it if you want or see what you think. First of all, here, I learned this from an old derby guy. It works good, so I do it. It's cut through both inner structures. You also got to check your rules. Our rules say you're allowed to go 8 inches above the tire. And basically what I did here is just slice through both sections, inner and outer. This is the easiest thing, is just beat that in with the sledgehammer. Well, sort of easy. You have to beat the tar out of it. Beat that flat, beat that flat. And then this here, you can start with the sledgehammer and just basically fold it up and under, fold it up and under. Same thing here, and same thing here. Beat that back the best you can. I don't ever cut anything. If you cut anything, you tend to weaken it. This is where some people make a mistake. If you cut a big old section like this and it gets hit in the ass end, it will, just pull the floor and everything right off of it, and it'll go all askew, and it'll really pack it in the tires then. But yeah, this is what I do. It tends to work good. What'll happen with this, done this way in the notches, it'll end up going up over the tire, and it's actually easy to deal with. Since I've started doing this, I've never had to cut anything really with the torch. When it starts going up, you just, after your heat, just keep beating it back up away from the tire, and it'll eventually just all start going up inside there once it packs in. Like I said, hasn't been a problem for me. And when you fold these back, you can, then torch a hole here, here, and here, and bolt it if you want, or tack weld it. Bolting it seems to work. I'll let you on a trick I did that went badly. On the Cadillac, what I did, and I have this tool, I'll show you in a minute, I'll walk with the toolbox. I took this whole section, I cut it back here, and I cut it back here, and I folded it inside out, rolled it up this way, and I rolled it all the way up. Well, then what happened is I got a few door hits in the rear doors, and it actually just took, in one whole swoop, just pushed the whole thing, because this wouldn't bend and this wouldn't give. The whole area went forward. I lucked out because another guy did it, and his roof went down, hit him in the head. My roof peaked up and went out, but it just took this whole section and shoved it all forward, and it really packed the tires. Then you're stuck with, then you got to cut a bunch of metal. And once you start cutting a bunch of metal, then the back end is worthless. It's just soft as heck, and you can't do any damage to anybody with you. And they'll see that it's soft, and they'll keep tacking you. Eventually they'll start hitting your wheels and take you out. I'll show you that tool I made with the Harbor Freight and got there. I think it's 24-inch. We'll read it when we get out here. Yeah, it's a 24-inch Pittsburgh. I just took some 1/4-inch plates and welded on both jaws. I suggest using these Harbor Freight ones, not just because they're cheap, because the weld's held. Sometimes you weld on this stuff, and I don't know if it's cast or if it's tool steel. This won't work. They'll just break right off. It's like trying to weld a pair of vice grip grain vice grips. It doesn't work. But that's my suggestion. I've done it on both sides. And I'll show you what my new trick is here. Came across this one after running a very stock car, and my front tires got jammed up and was hard to steer. This piece here I've already cut off. Goes up in here, like so. And that piece there, my fender was stuck, so I had to cut the fender off the Sawzall. It attaches the bottom part of the doghouse, or fender as people call it. So what I did is cut that off. So now it's flush with the firewall. And instead of sticking out here, so when your frame bends in, it won't hit it. And what I'm going to do once I put the core support, core support and fenders and all that on, I'm not even going to just get this off when it's all together. You got to cut through the fender well and everything to get to it. So doing it this way, now it's not there. That's not the way, and I don't have to cut it out. I'll just take and beat the firewall, the wheel well in, and bend the fender over. And I'm going to take and run a carriage bolt up through inside the car just to hold it in place. I might weld it, but I think the carriage bolt ideal will just work fine. I mean, you can beat it with the hammer and hope it stays, but one bolt would probably hold it, or a couple tack welds if you can get a welder in there. That's about it. That's all I got. I'll show you. I got 2 mounts in, or bolts into up here. These normally aren't. These are the ones I was saying in the last video. or they're fake body mounts, but as you can see, I've already torched through, and I got a 3/4 inch bolt going down through the frame. That bolt's only about 4 inches long, so it's not that long. So, and that, like I said, that helps a lot. I personally think it keeps the humps from blowing out a little bit. I think it keeps all this metal nice and tight because you got it bolted right here, and bolted right there. So now for those humps to blow out, they're gonna have to bend the whole body, as to before. If you got too much loose, rubbery mounts in it, the frame can come down and the body can almost stay up, or that'll come down and that'll go up, and it'll go in opposite direction, and you'll blow the humps out. But I think that makes it only makes a little bit of difference, but a little bit here and there is a good way to make your car strong. If you can do a little bit here and a little bit there, it all adds up. But I thought I'd go with that real quick, which I'm seeing that it's almost 6 minutes, so it wasn't that quick, but it wasn't as bad as my 15-minute video last. So see you guys later.